School Board Association, did the White House weaponize the DOJ to label parents all across this great nation as domestic terrorists? The answers to those questions seem to be unequivocally yes, because the Justice Department then quickly followed the NSBA's lead and issued a memo saying they would identify and prosecute these domestic threats. But how did the DOJ reach that conclusion? Did they do some type of in-depth research? Did they conduct a nationwide investigation? Do they have specific threats? Congressman Jim Jordan wanted to find out.
When did you first review the data showing this so-called disturbing uptick?
So I read the letter, and we have been seeing over time threats.
Whoa. I didn't ask you. So you read the letter, that's your source?
So let me be clear, this is not a prosecution or an
Is there some study, some effort, some investigation someone did that said there's been a disturbing uptick, or you just take the words of the National School Board Association?
Nothing. Nothing more than a letter. Garland wouldn't give a straight answer, but he gave nothing more than a letter as the predicate for this investigation. And by the way, Congressman Jordan was cut off before he could press any more. But it's obvious that the White House was following the NSBA's lead and the DOJ was following the White House's lead. And that is not the only concern Congress had with the Attorney General. Louisiana Congressman Mike Johnson took the AG to task for his family's business ties to critical race theory.
It also concerns us that your actions may have been motivated by your family's financial stake in this issue. Published reports show that your son-in-law co-founded a company called Panorama Education. We now know that that company publishes and sells critical race theory and so-called anti-racism materials to schools across the country. Did you seek ethics counsel before you issued a letter that directly relates to the financial interest of your family? Yes or no?
This memorandum does not relate to the financial interests of anyone. It's against.
I take that as a no.
To be clear, the Attorney General's son-in-law sells critical race theory processes and products to more than 23,000 school districts, schools across this country. If that's not being compromised, I don't know what is. So the White House, the DOJ, all compromised in their connections with both the National School Board Association and with critical race theory. And yet they continue to push on targeting concerned parents.